Alright guys, welcome back to part 2 of session 72 for Materia D&D. The Menagerie has managed to charade their way and guise their way through the eastern part of Greenhill, which is heavily occupied by ogres and ogrekin, as well as some of the more faith-driven converts, let's call it, to the Mother of Bounty. They tagged along with a group of ogres that were hauling bounty from the different gathering shrines and have made their way to the wall of the boulder field, which is just a large set of boulders that were blocking their way. Perplexed on how to get in, the menagerie started to move away when a somewhat groggy, this is a surprised giant noticed the group and began to lift the boulder, allowing them entrance into the boulder field. As the menagerie, guised as a sister and her protective entourage, entered the boulder field, the giant had lost grip and dropped the boulder, causing some of them to fall over. However, they did very quickly get to their feet, and the menagerie were inside the boulder field. A network of boulders blocking blocking any form of exit. It looks like there are numerous individuals out in front of you, seemingly gathered around one larger central, call it a pinnacle of a boulder, that from a distance you see has drapes and tapestries and candles and other things around it. Just for going back to the senses, it is a relatively hot, muggy day, being this close to the river. There are buzzing insects, mosquitoes, and flies. There are the sounds of a sermon and individuals responding to it fill the air, as well as just heavier breath, as there are giants amongst y'all. The area inside is very sparse and plain. There are some sort of tents and leather-like structures that seem to be an accommodation for larger individuals. The smell is of wet, damp earth, like crushed vegetation, and there's a funk to the air as well. And I will guys over that. Okay. There you go.
Ooh, hey.
So thank you, Danny, for throwing this together for me.
You're welcome.
You basically see what you guys see. You have entered from the top up here as this giant has lifted one of these boulders to allow you entrance. And it is a rather large map, so you are welcome to kind of zoom out if you wish. Immediately before you, there seems to be a collection of food and other things, a large tent, some fire, and down below you can kind of see the gatherings of a group. What would you guys like to do?
My lady.
I start wandering around.
I made a lead tackle rock. No wandering around.
I'm gonna slowly start walking forward and try to ignore any noise and bustle they're having. Just trust them to follow.
Okay. So yeah, Rock, as you kind of step aside and kind of looking, you basically see the large tent-like structure. You can't see what's inside. You do catch, like, again, a table full of different types of food, and you do see a large keg off to the side. There just seems to be some fires running, even at this time, even though it's in the day. They're not at a full burn, just like, the remnants of a fire kind of smoldering. As you guys are all in here, that smell of funk is a lot stronger. Yeah, go ahead. You guys are kind of free to move. Like, move. If you guys are gonna move yourselves, move like no more than a hand. 3, 4 squares at a time.
You said I can't see the tent?
Can't see what's
You
in it.
cannot see inside the where you are. The entrance flap is closed. There doesn't seem to be.
Can I I'll move right up to the tent. Is anybody watching me right now?
Um, this giant is, but not like intently. He's just gonna looks
I'm
over
gonna
to you, steps over, grabs some large, actually large hunk of meat, um, and kind of goes back to the boulder and just kind of leans up against it.
Yeah, so I would try to make my way over like this right here on paint,
Mm-hmm.
where hopefully he can't see me, and I'd let Pebble just kind of flying around and squawking to see if she can kind of distract. And then I would take my dagger and make a small slit and see if I can look inside them.
Okay. Sure. So Pebble kind of apparates, starts flapping around. Just kind of you direct her towards this giant that let you in. All right. Go ahead, and I know this seems silly, but it is thick leather. So go ahead and give me an attack roll with your dagger.
Myself in the wall.
D20
I
plus
rolled a 6, plus not much.
6.
Although I guess it's an inanimate object.
Sorry, what was that, CJ? You kind of broke up.
I rolled a 6 plus
4. Okay, so 10. That's actually what you needed. It's just to be able to cut through the leather. So it's actually a thicker hide and it's leather. You do put a slit in. How large are you making it?
just enough that I can kind of pry it apart and look in.
Okay.
Like window size.
So like a little.
Like an eyeball size.
Yeah, I understand. You do so. You look in. There is no light source in here, so it is actually relatively dark. There's a little bit of light coming in from the center column, so you do see like a little bit what's illuminated. You see the central column in the middle, kind of where all the tarps and leathers are kind of tied to and latched down. There seems to be honestly, it seems rather sparse from what you can tell. There might be like some sort of bed or something or bedding like on the side closest to you, but there doesn't. I mean, you can give me a perception check if you really want to try to look inside.
Oh, I just was looking for a peek. Did it smell bad in there? Are we gonna be sort of like when I look when the air comes out? Like,
Yeah, not as bad. Like that funk is kind of all around, but it's not like there's nothing like festering inside there.
I don't want to. We'll just start meandering.
Okay. So Al, as you kind of step forward, again, you're kind of surrounded by boulders. There's another giant that seemingly is just kind of looking over, just kind of. Then there's a gathering of just different individuals. No one seems to really pay too much mind yet.
So what are the?
Okay.
Do these individuals look well kept? Because if this is to be like where people are punished or like kept in prison, do they look like they're clean,
Oh,
or
no.
well fed, or?
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you do a perception. No, they do not look very well kept. Short of well, sorry, not the most accurate token, but I only find so many things.
That's fine.
They are just a collection of what look like the people of Green Hill in various garb, much of which is just dirty and not taken care of, torn, ripped, very just in a disheveled state. You do, I guess, Davis, since you're looking immediately, go ahead and give me a perception check, Davis.
Sure. Ooh, natural 20, so 24.
24, okay. So yeah, you do notice that there are basically like 2 real distinct groups amongst these individuals. for you, Davis, I'll kind of point them out just so like you get it with the tokens. So like the ones that are kind of like with the browns, you know, they don't have the white backgrounds. They seem to be more like the faith militant. They seem to not be here for punishment. They just seem to be here as the faithful. They definitely are in a better state than the other individuals. Those with the white backgrounds, they just seem like they are a mess. Like the men, their beards are, you know, just growing in on the women's hair, the men's hair. You know, it's a mess. It looks like a crow's nest, basically. Their clothing are dirty, muddy, stained. You see just flies kind of buzzing around, and like other insects, like mosquitoes, buzzing around, biting, and they're constantly like slapping. They look. With that perception check, the one thing that you are surprised is that they do not look malnourished. They actually look kind of plump. But yeah, no, they look in a whole bunch of bad state. I mean, but they're all kind of seated, gathered, and you do notice that there is one individual. I know she's got a white background, but she stands out. She's different. Image is not the most correct, but she should be missing an eyeball. Looking kind of similar to what your Agatha with dark brown hair, however, and one missing eye. Up upon this large pinnacle of a boulder with different drapings and tarps on top of a pillow with many, many candles around, he is lecturing about how the mother has given you so much and asked for so little, that she has sacrificed her vision that she could bless this land, giving not just you, not just me, but our neighbors from the forest all the way down to the river, the gift of food, nourishment, strength. Keep going. I can continue if you'd like, if you want to listen in, but just let me know.
More.
I also
No,
am curious if you see anybody we know. Like, I'm just gonna keep an eye out for anybody we know. That's all. So,
Well,
like,
with the natural 20, part of it, no, there is one individual that seems sort of familiar. I think you've met him before.
okay.
I don't remember if you went to the Bone Hook and Tonic.
I didn't. Is it Grung or whatever?
Yeah.
No, I.
But, you
didn't
wouldn't
go
recognize
there.
him. No, you wouldn't recognize him.
Okay.
So,
Was that the bomb shop or the
Yeah,
place where more
the boom.
bombs?
it's
Okay.
a bomb shop.
Yeah, this is the bomb shop.
I think it was just you, Marb, right? Or Marb and someone else?
I tagged along.
I think Rock has gone, or Al? Someone else.
Yeah. But right now, Davis, you're really the only one that notices
Right.
this gathering.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, everyone notices the gathering.
But right, I'm
Like,
the only
you
one who
guys-
can like make out the faces so well.
Yeah, and like you can't see beyond the skeleton. Yes. You can ping it all you want. You don't see that.
Burb. Other burb.
Actually, I hadn't even scrolled
It's
down that
female Marb.
I guess
far. But
Dregnar
realistically,
will.
we can only see until like basically like the shrine, and then everything else it's like a crowd. And
Yeah,
so
like it's
lost
just
in the
blocked
crowd.
out of the way.
We have specialized.
What are your elven I see?
Yeah, so Agatha, as you kind of step forward, that one giant to the left of you kind of looks down, takes a moment, and goes, "Oh," does like an awkward kind of head bow towards you, and then kind of rights himself and gets more and kind of like a little bit more on attention.
I'll give him the slightest nod. I want to do a head count of how many. I'm gonna turn around and check the party.
Yeah, you see everyone, and you also see kind of Rock awkwardly by the large tent.
Yeah, by the time after I stopped looking, looking up dancing to people.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think-
Or the crowd.
Real quick, does anyone else have a little bit of a hard time hearing CJ, or is it just me?
He was cutting out a bit.
Okay.
I'm further back than the man.
No, you keep getting it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna research this.
Yeah. Reset, and we'll come back to you. But actually, I'm curious. I think he said he bamped his vision in the pebble, and I just want to know what he's doing. But go ahead. The group. So Saj, Marb, Davis, Al, and if anybody wants to, do anything for Dragnar, let me know. But you do see your group with you.
Has it been more than 10 minutes since I cast the
Oh yeah,
magic?
yeah, it would have. So like again, yes, the it's been more like 30 minutes since you cast it.
Oh, okay. Then can I just roll some perception to see what all the trolls doing? Like if they're just guarding, or if they seem to
All
be
right.
patrolling, or just like sitting where they are.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, you can try to ascertain what the giants are doing and try to get a head count. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it can be a perception check. Why not?
19.
90. All right, Marv, you do notice that there are a number of giants in here. You definitely see the one that allowed you in. You see the one immediately next to you. You would see that there's, a couple more off to the left side of the map. And because they're so large, you're pretty sure that there's like one or two further beyond the other side of the large boulder that's like the ceremonial boulder in the center. They seem to be like in position. They seem to be like the guards here. You can tell that they definitely have, clubs and bags and other things amongst them. Um, not too much not too much else gathered with the 19 roll, but they are definitely stationed amongst you.
Did I fix it?
Okay.
Sort of.
You may have. I heard you better. You're just soft now.
Oh, I put a headset on, so my volume's going to be different.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
It's still good.
Let me adjust you then real quick. All right. So what were you saying? Because you said you bamped your site into Pebble. Is that what you said?
Yeah, so I would bamf in, and then I was going to say I'd have her check the crowd, but I just have her, like, land on the middle here. And just look around.
So you're like leaning
Okay.
against the tent or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it takes her a moment. So as Marb, you're surveying, you see kind of Pebble fly. Obviously, Pebble is not this big, but so we can see her token. Pebble does, and as Pebble lands, the sister smiles and says, "Look, we have a gift, a visitor of nature, surely here to grace us with the mother's gift. This simple bird, this creature of the land, is here to witness all of you taking in the mother's words, the kind deeds, the greatness of her. Yada yada blah blah blah."
Okay, I'm sorry. Do I hear that through Pebble?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Pebble flies at that person and at the sister and squawks at her and pecks at her and just immediately comes belligerent as soon as she says, "Oh, she's here to support." She just becomes mean Pebble.
All right. Pebble can't attack, but I get what you're doing. So she's harrying her. I get you.
She's just like objecting, noticeably objecting, like nope, disagree, totally, nope, yep. Tweet,
Okay.
tweet, squawk, squawk. Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead. God, this is fun. Just roll me a d20. I want to see how obnoxious she actually is able to be. I mean, obviously.
Hella obnoxious. 18.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh.
So, like, this little bird is making a lot of noise, like to the point where all of you hear it, and Rock, you're kind of seeing it, and like the sister's like, initially just kind of like the initial squawk, she's like, "See and hear," and just like, Pedal gets up in it, and like this little oxpecker, this little bird that lands on water buffalo and elephants and hippos and picks little bugs is now just like in her face, just squawking, squeaking, and she's actually kind of getting flustered and kind of moving her hands. Rock, actually, everyone, go ahead. Rock, you don't need to make the perception check because you're there through Pebble. Marb, Tej, Al, and Davis, go ahead and give me perception checks based on sound, which I don't think any of you have advantages or specials on that.
Nope.
Just perception checks.
Dragnar 2.
Oh yeah, Dragnar too. Yeah. Okay, none of you really pick it up except for Sej. some of the crowd starts to kind of laugh at this just a little, like, and then very, very quickly, like the sister snaps, and then a couple of the giants kind of just step forward, and then some of the more like brown cloaked individuals start to like kind of close in on the circle a little bit, kind of pushing some of the people in closer.
Okay, I'd have Pebble stop then, just because I don't want to get anybody hurt, and have her land on the shrine again. And
You can see through Pebble's eye that sister is just glaring at the bird.
If she speaks, Pebble squawks. That's all she'll do.
She very like frantically tries to collect herself, breathes, and says, "As I was, the mother." It's just obnoxious. Go ahead and roll me another d20 for Pebble.
Fire! That's a nat 20.
Nat 20. Wow. Okay. So I just close the circle in just a little bit more, as they would have bunched them closer. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So as she continues to try to speak, and she tries for about 30 more seconds of just mother squawk, bounty squawk, the gift of the river queen, our kin. She just gets frustrated. She says, "That's enough for the day." She says, and she just kind of gets off the shrine, and then starts walking away, like fuming. And you can see this. And then Pebble kind of takes up to the air and starts circling around the shrine. And you hear one or two individuals just like kind of cheer on the bird, and then a couple of the faith militant kind of close in on them a little bit. And so it kind of stomps off in this direction, passing through the crowd, and a few of the faithful kind of join her.
I'm gonna slowly walk almost as if to meet her, but I'll make eye contact as I approach.
Okay. Let me do a quick rock. Anything else with Pebble?
No, that was perfect. I bamf out and just. No, actually, you know what? I don't bamf out. I'm gonna watch. I want to make sure that nobody that doesn't. No, I want to make sure nobody's getting hurt by the militant.
Okay. All right. For the time being, it looks like they're just being kind of gathered, and you kind of just hear some of them say, all right, let the sister pass. Let's go, everybody. On your feet. Enough in the field. It's time to go back to your rooms, essentially. And you'll see that they're starting to get kind of like pushed and gathered, and a couple of the giants are kind of moving around. I'm not going to make you make a perception check, but you do. Pebble does spot, or you spot. I think you were there for Grung. I don't remember if you were, but I know for sure you were there for Jade. You do spot Jade in the crowd. She's looking pretty rough, pretty disheveled. A lot of torn clothing. Definitely. They are living in their filth, is what you're seeing through Pebble's eyes.
Yeah.
So
I don't think she's wearing that armor anymore.
no,
Probably
she's definitely
not.
not wearing her armor.
No, got her this far, maybe? I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic.
Okay, well, kind of that. All right. Yeah. So before we have the interaction between Agatha and unnamed sister, Sej, Marb, Davis, anything? As you see this other sister starting to approach.
Oh, bowing as low
Kind
as
of
I can to
frustrated.
both.
Say that again?
I'm just bowing super low to everybody, both the sisters.
Okay.
Can I roll to hide?
Okay, you want to just kind of get out of sight?
Yeah, I want to see if I can infiltrate the people, so I'm gonna try to hide.
Sure.
I don't know how that works.
No, that's fine. Well, let's do this real quick. So this is kind of the fun thing. You are technically still in Swan. Let's see.
Let's
No, you're
see.
not urban anymore. So you're not
Oh,
urban.
swamp.
So let's see. You are in swamp. So your favorite terrain right now is urban. Let's go look at ranger real quick. I want to see something. So vanish. At the start of your turn, you can use the hide action as a bonus action. You can choose. If you're on your favorite terrain, you may hide from creatures. Okay, lightly obscured. So you actually need to find something that breaks your breaks line of sight. With who are you trying to hide from? Like everyone?
No, like in general, yeah, as most people as possible, especially the sister coming.
Okay, if you're gonna do the sister coming, you're probably gonna have to venture off to this side, where I moved you, and try to just break your line of sight with some of the boulders and possibly the giant.
Like just
So,
the giant, yeah, exactly.
yeah, I mean it's
Am I
large.
small enough to like camouflage with the giant?
Yeah, so go ahead and give me a spell. However, you don't get your additional bonus.
Okay, okay. Ooh, 15.
15. Okay, I'll keep that in. Let me put that on your token so I don't forget it.
Ooh. Okay.
I will real quick, because I like doing this. As Marb, you kind of slink away to the side. Al, you kind of notice Marb flipping away. Dragnar would notice him flipping away. And Sej, you notice Marb kind of slipping away. Brown robes, blind bird, kind of breaking his line of sight from the sister. That's what you got. Okay, we'll work with that when we can.
When he disappears from my sight, I'm gonna get closer to Davis, so I'm like,
Get on in here, buddy.
Okay.
yeah.
Dragnar will kind of match. They'll kind of match the posture. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, we're professionals.
All right. So now we'll play this out, kind of not turn by turn, but like brief instances by brief instances. So we'll go ahead and let the sisters and interact. And okay, she's kind of stomping, and then as she looks through the crowd, she kind of is surprised to see this red-headed, long banged or medium, banged individual with nice brownish garb. She looks and she says, "Huh, my sister, I do not recognize your face."
I like to raise one hand and say, Mother's bounty.
Yes, mother's bounty, blasted bird. Looks back at you.
I've never seen an animal so disrespectful, but your speech is very great. True.
The giants will swat it soon enough, I'm sure.
I'm certain they make quick work.
So, I wasn't expecting any visitors. May I ask, what can we do here? Are you at the Boulder Fields?
My apologies. I was told they sent a message. I've come from the east side of town. We're looking for somebody actually, but I thought I'd introduce myself and see what the mother has planned for this area. I've only heard tales of the Boulder Fields.
Well, we strive to show the light of the mother and our promises. Well, it's quite a stubborn lot that we have right now, but she's like grinning still. Actually, any one of you, so Saj, Davis, Al, Dragnar, if you are proficient in insight, you can go ahead and roll me a check.
Sure. 20 for me.
11.
Oh, I have.
Damn,
Man,
Saj.
low rolls today for Al, just in general.
He's busy
I
being
feel
our
your
key
pain, bud.
inside. So yeah.
It
Focus
all
on the
goes to the
character.
illusion.
Alright, one sec. Okay, so Davis and Sesh. Second, because Jones.
You can see that inside of her cloak there is a cat that's just running, that's actually manipulating its little sticks to be arms and feet. And it's Jones.
By
Yeah,
God.
right. So you guys definitely put up that she's frustrated. Has an air of confusion as to why you are here. Definitely, she's looking at Al and trying to like recognize the face or something. Like you can kind of tell Davis and such that she's in a bad mood, and this is unexpected, and she's not necessarily happy about this. But smiling through it is Eastern side. Okay. Well, certainly did not receive word. How go things in the my guess would be the Central Bounty?
Yeah, Central. Certainly busy keeping up with the docks and all the import and export of the city. But I'd argue it doesn't look quite as busy as this. I definitely don't doubt that the stubborn would exist, and I'm glad you're here to help re-educate them.
Hmm.
See the
Well,
light, to see the way.
I find a certain pleasure in breaking those that are stubborn.
I'm gonna chuckle lightly.
Yeah, same. I also chuckle lightly.
Hmm. Just like any reed, it can eventually be broken. And he kind of looks over to the giant that's off to the the side of you and says, "Our wardens can be quite persuasive as well if they need to be." Blah 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 blah. Marb, you have a. What are you trying to do?
If I can stealthily as possible, kind of like circle around like the rocks, like trying to hide myself, and I want to try to make it into like
Okay.
the group, the
So
crowd.
you make it to this part of the giant, and this conversation has kind of taken a couple steps this way. Seemingly, let's try to make it look like you guys are walking side by side. So it'd be something like this, something like this. You guys are. Boop, there you go. You guys are thinking this way.
The crews are gonna meet.
Go ahead and roll me another stealth check, Marm.
Ooh,
Because you're going to kind of break, and now
let's
you're
do
at
a little better. No.
12.
12.
All right.
Don't suppose there's any way I can use reverse.
He's contesting. You can do it against one individual. You can't do it against an entire crowd.
Yeah, and plus, like mechanically speaking, it'd be really hard for me to.
Yeah.
Do. Never mind.
No talking.
So basically, Marv, you step out, and one of the couple of the faithful notice you and see the garb and wave you over, and then he will say, "Oh, oh my, are you? Who are you here with?" And she's like, trying to like kind of like she kind of reaches out for you because you do look the part, but you are looking blinded. She's like, "Oh, where did you get separated from?" Oh, and then she kind of looks over and sees the other group, and just come, you this way, and she starts kind of pulling you towards where you think you originally came from.
I'm wounded. I have no
I'll say
eyes.
like, oh, thank you. I just still think I got it, but like, I get lost in my bad. Thank you.
Yes. Go ahead and give me a deception check.
Deception. Ooh, and I have advantage today. Let's go.
Oh yeah, your totem. Right.
Yeah, it's my lucky day. Oh, thank God. But 10.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh jeez. Okay. She'll kind of like you can see this, right? Because you still have that magic vision, and you see that she's kind of looking you over, and you have your bow, and because I think you never hit up your bow, so your bow's like on your back, and you still have your quiver, and she goes, "Yeah, you clearly still think you've got it, and you see her just like kind of like looking over your bow and like in a kind of confused way, and kind of looking like, let me get her back with his group. You kind of hear pity and sympathy in her voice towards you, kind of walking you back.
Yeah, I'll actually run over and grab, be like, oh, yes, don't. He gets lost. It's can't really see too well. Sorry. Thank you so much.
Oh my god. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Brief
Sorry,
accident. It
Mark.
was horrible. Thank you for bringing me back.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Sorry, dear. My bodyguard.
Apologies, sister. So sorry.
Don't stray too far, little one.
I will say, Marb, one thing you do notice with your passive perception is your friend did look over and seemingly maybe recognize you, but he definitely noticed you.
Did I notice him?
Oh yeah, your passive perception, since he was on the edge of the crowd, you noticed him too. With his,
Nice. Okay.
he's that. It's kind of it's interesting to see him now because his shirt is basically like it's been removed and torn off and everything, and he's just like covered in dirt and soot and waste essentially. But you kind of saw his jawline, his face, and he's got like some sort of like cowl, not cowl, what do you call it? Like a little bit of cloth over his normally bald head. But very, very distinct face, and that is your orc friend, Grung.
Let's go.
Okay, and then she will kind of that, and then you'll see Marv that the group is definitely being shuffled easily, and eventually, I'm not going to move them all right now, but they do get kind of pushed, kind of unceremoniously just move all these groups over here, blah, blah, and I'll take care of that here in a little bit. And as you're having these conversations, the heavy footfalls of the giant. All right, Agatha and her group with the sister.
My apologies. Shadow is a most excellent bodyguard, but he's got a keen sense of smell. I like to keep him around because of the it feels symbolic. It feels right to have him in company.
Yes, did he before with the eyes, or is
As
he
long as I've known him.
out?
But he seems to be able to find his way around. I think it's a blessing of sorts.
Thank the mother.
Clearly, and she kind of looks over Marb. Clearly, still holds on to his past life, though. A blind archer.
Very unique.
Yes, please.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, Al.
Okay.
Is there any? I will give this, Marb. Is there anything you want to do to try to give him advantage since they're talking about you?
Please. Is there anything?
His rolls are terrible. Give him advantage somehow.
Yeah.
I want to double down on this.
Yeah.
Like you can bait anything, like by all means.
Yeah,
Is
just describe how you can see
describe how I use it?
Well, just say. I was gonna say you could just convince them that like you can somehow be accurate.
Yeah, I can just say like, yes, my sister, like I train under the blind order of the archers in the mountains, and I'm pretty good shooting targets using sounds. Like, it would be my pleasure to demonstrate my skill. And I don't know. I said like, sister, please point to some spot on the wall. And go like tap it on like a rock or somewhere and like just try to display it like
If you're talking to me, I'm
magnificent.
over there.
so
Actually, as soon as she
And
points,
then I'll
I'll
go,
run
like-
over there and just like tap the rock.
seriously
Wrap
like
it loud enough until he...
I'll pretend and say like, oh, please step aside and then like obviously or hopefully shoot it. Do I need to like roll to shoot it?
No, you're fine. Like I was going like a quick demonstration of your blind archery skills. Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, sister.
Yeah, so yeah, you see, Davis quickly, and Marv, you obviously see this, but you're kind of acting blind. Get the
Waiting for
fire.
the noise.
Yeah, the moment the noise triggers, like almost immediately, Marv, lightning reflexes, pull, and then before Davis even gets a chance to really move his finger, it's like as he's moving his finger away, destroying an arrow. But she's just, my honed senses indeed.
He's brilliant.
Shadow, was it?
Yes, I believe me to be blessed,
We
but we're still teaching him the ways. He's discovering, and it's going very smoothly, I must say.
Perhaps one that does not need to rely on sight would be useful for keeping watch at night. How long will you be staying here, Sister
Agathor.
Agathar? Pleasure.
And I believe I have not had your name yet.
Sister Nutra. Pleasure.
Ah,
Got it.
okay. Question, did I have to roll anything?
Oh yes, persuasion to see you're at advantage. I actually forgot that you needed to roll.
I was like, damn, Marv is good.
Yeah, Marv's good.
I did a demo iPad.
Yeah.
Hi.
Well, let's just see.
Cool. Thank you for the
Oh
advantage.
yeah. Yeah, so it all worked out.
Holy,
I
what a
knew
swing.
you rolled really high.
You really believe
From
our
a
demo.
13
Let's
to a
go.
30.
High five,
Oh.
all around.
That's a good boost.
Yeah, you even you Marv, you see this, but everyone sees the three kind of accompanying her. Their jaws are just kind of half agape. Wow, that was accurate. And the one that's right next to you, Davis, goes, "How's your finger? It looked like he shot it. Are you okay?" And
Oh no, that's fine. Yes, mother blesses
was-
me with good reflexes, and even when I know it's coming, he's just so fast.
that
I'll
was
definitely smiles after the shot of the arrow looses.
very well.
Truly blessed.
Yes. Sister Agathar. Let me
My
actually roll.
apologies.
So, Al, how much of something I forgot to ask? How much of your equipment is being hidden by your guys? Everything, or is anything showing?
Ah. Can I disguise one weapon as another?
If it kind of fits the space, sure.
I'm thinking rapier to mace.
Okay.
Morning star.
Okay.
Can I pull that off, convincingly?
Oh yeah, as long as you don't interact with it, yes. That's what I was asking.
Okay. If I draw it and don't smack anybody with it, is that still convincing?
As
Until
long as it's within the space of your illusion, then yes. But if you lunge forward, then your illusion doesn't stretch that far.
Okay. Oh.
Basically, you've got a hologram that you can do whatever you want with over top of your
Yeah.
shit.
But
Okay,
you
okay.
can't if you were to extend past the hologram, then yeah, no, you can't keep it.
Okay.
So,
Then I guess I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have a morning star. Looks like a big one.
looks like a
Cover
what?
the looks like a very long morning star to cover the length of the rapier to an extent.
Gotcha. Almost more like I get what you're saying. Yeah. Almost like a baton kind of stick.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah, because neutral would be interesting that yeah, the East must really still be a hostile place after all the wonder that we have brought over before, and then after our neighbors from the forest have come, for you to have to indeed walk armed yourself. Please be assured that this is not necessary here. If you are comfortable, I understand.
It's most wonderful to hear. No, I do feel more comfortable with it at my side. Yes, the west side has been many going ons lately, as you can tell by my company of bodyguards.
Your menagerie of bodyguards. Oh. But
Silence.
I'm gonna let one long breath out of
Yeah,
my
sorry.
nose just kind of billow.
Mhm.
um,
Badooks.
there's been many going-ons in town, and it's best to keep safe, especially with uh, an objective such as this. Is this a good time to discuss such matters, or you seem to have had quite a day? Would you like to
Ugh,
talk about this
that,
later?
that frustrating little beastie. Soon we could discuss. However, I would like a little time to just. Jesus, that was loud. To collect my thoughts. And then as he kind of says at you, you see one of her cloaked assistants kind of step forward. Is like, "You there? What are you doing?" And kind of, we have a death in rock, so he doesn't hear it.
I'll run
As I
over
will
and be
step
like,
forward,
"Oh, he is with us as well. He tends to fall asleep sometimes. It's a weird condition. He just randomly falls asleep standing up. It's crazy." Sheldon, wake!
Huh? What now?
Sheldon, we've got company. We're discussing things. Please join us.
Okay. Company.
Deception check from the both of you, or one of you can do it at advantage.
I will
You can have advantage. You
thank
woke me.
you for deception.
can I throw anything in? Can I throw in more fake names?
Well,
Oh,
we have Shadow and Sheldon so far.
hey, hold on. Hold on. The rolls are had. I'm just going to take a picture of them.
You got
Oh,
double
Lord.
20s or double ones.
Double ones.
I'm sorry. No.
That's a total of 4 with
Yay.
advantage.
Wow.
Why is this taking so long to post? There we go. Yep. A 1 and a 1.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Snake eyes.
And I like it how they fell the same way too
Oh
and
yeah,
everything.
facing away, as if to like say "fuck you."
Uh,
Uh,
can I yell at something? I don't think it's gonna help, but
sure, go ahead.
Brago, I thought I told you to keep track of everybody.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's hard to keep track of so many people, and I was just enthralled by Sister Nutra's speech, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It'll never happen again. Excuse us. Just please forgive us. And then I'll just kind of drag Sheldon.
Arms crossed, small sigh.
Stay awake if you can,
and
Sheldon. Please.
I kind of whisper to I wrote her name down.
Nutra?
Nutra.
Nutra. I'm a whisper to her. He's fledgling still.
I'm so sorry.
You will, still in her frustrated kind of thing, like, Mister, you best control those under your guise. Is
My apologies. This is your settlement. That was almost as disrespectful as the bird. Brogo, I
perhaps
told him
putting this Sheldon and this Drogo in one of the rooms for a little while
If it's the mother's
would help them
wish,
improve their performance.
I will actually like lay down my bow and put it down and be like, if it's the mother's wish, then so shall it be.
Okay.
Can I sleep in these rooms? I'll go too.
only you are the voice of the mother at this time, but I wouldn't like to stay too long. If we can only.
If I may continue to serve you, please let me.
Yes.
Very well.
And
Chill.
I'll say,
Yes,
may I, and
Central.
like gesture to my bow, being like, can I pick up arms again?
Best not if you go in one of the rooms. We wouldn't want those still learning of her gifts.
Am I to be put
Fire.
in then, sister? And I'll look to Al.
Sure. You can grab it, Al, if you wish. I mean, that's not gonna break your illusion.
Yeah, I'll take the bow. For a short time, I believe. I believe this will help you. Help unlock your
Alright.
potential.
Uh,
And I'll offer it to Sej, and I will call him Sledge.
damn it. Sledge?
Yes.
Sludge, you said.
No, Sledge.
Oh,
like-
sledge. I
like
thought you
yeah.
said sludge. I was like, oh, okay.
So whose bow is this? I missed that.
It's mine. It's a heavy bow that uses your strength instead of your dexterity.
Davis has a big old war bow that he
Yeah.
carries.
I'll
Sledge.
Because
give
my
this
normal
back
weapon
to
I
you
just
when
have
see fit.
magically. Like, I don't need to carry my weapon with me.
I'll put it in my sack
Uh,
or
the
attach it to my.
It's pretty big. I usually wear it on my back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna attach it to the sling that I normally wear anyway with my bag.
okay,
Okay.
gotcha. Sheldon, as you are kind of being moved with Brogo, what's his name? Brogo.
Grogo.
Yeah. The one Faith will reach out his hand to you and your dagger, please, brother.
To me?
Not to Rock. Rock has like a big ass dagger thing on his belt.
Oh yeah, I'll be like, oh yeah, dagger. Yeah, here, and I'll just hand it to him like blade first.
I will
He
say I do have one in my boot too. It's not like super obvious, but
no, well they're trusting y'all, you know.
okay.
All right, very well. And then you guys will then get corralled over here, and I will deal with you guys shortly.
Oh Lord. Good luck, y'all.
What's Pebble doing?
Pebble's just flying around, just watching things. I haven't told her to do anything, so.
Okay, you're not vamping your vision, right? So
Yeah, I bamped out, and so she's
Yeah.
just looking around.
okay, you're kind of perched on a boulder over here for now.
Did Pebble meet Jade? Pebble met Jade, right?
I don't
Yes.
know. Did she? Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. From
Yeah,
we met
so
inside
since
the.
Pebble's-
yeah.
Since
Mhm,
he's
yeah.
seen Jade, she'll probably try and keep an eye. She recognizes it.
Okay.
Kinda
Sounds good.
watch.
All right. Well, back to Sister Nutra. Sister Agatha, welcome once again to the Boulder Field. I am going to rest for now. Would you like to join me, or would you like to perhaps assist in some of the re-education?
We
What is your
have
purpose?
out of character. What time of day is it?
Fair. I mean, you guys got here like early, not early afternoon, late morning, having to drop off and come back. So it's
Oh,
11 or noon or so at this point.
okay. It was quite a travel. Perhaps a short meal, a short rest, and then after discussing some important matters, I'm sure we could help a little bit.
Well, like I mentioned, these individuals have been certainly more stubborn and set in their ways. And, well, it would be a shame if something were to happen to such potential followers.
Mm. Stubbornness is unfortunate, but not incurable.
Hmm. Those who fail to see the mother's gift relatively soon well, let's say not everyone here will be disappointed. If you guys are trained in insight, this group, so Dragnar, Marb, Al, or Sedge, you can go ahead and give me another insight check. Yeah, I figured he wasn't. Poor Al.
God damn it. I mean, I can't say anything because I
I'm-
literally rolled double ones, but
Please save us.
I think Marb might be. I'll roll for him because I think he's still insight. No, he's not. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
sad to hear about. Oh, see the light.
Well, the light shines down on the ground and the earth, and well, it does help nurture and energize the life. However, sometimes, how I put it, those who graze upon the bounty should not, well, they're not worthy of such a gift, and thus a natural culling of sorts might need to occur. For we cannot have those freeloaders taking from the mother's children.
You speak the truth, sister. You brighten my day.
The
Oh,
light grows all that it touches, now doesn't it?
Mhm. The light is certainly helpful, but the mother is so great that even without light, I am certain there would be bounty.
I'm gonna have like a slight eye twitch under my brow, and I'm just gonna internalize those words very personally.
Yeah,
I imagine Dragnar is like kind of having a mild aneurysm, doing all like holding his countenance on all this too.
yeah. I mean, Dragnar is just
Like probably muttering to himself, just like the evil will be put in it, you know, like
yeah.
like not out loud, but just like, oh my god, I
Yeah.
gotta meditate like while this is going on, so I don't have to listen to it.
Yes, let's just say Dragnar is very much just doing his best to tune them out.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the stupidest bullshit I've ever heard. I will fight tyrants. I will do that.
Yeah. Although I do want, I bet he's also probably like keeping an eye on the two losers over here that just got tracked away.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yep. So, going to the loser camp real quick.
Okay.
You will see that some of the giants are starting to walk forward, lifting boulders, walking forward, lifting, essentially now you guys will see that this is actually like a series of pins. Or pens, I should say. Let me just kind of, for a brief moment, try to put some of these people in their respective pens. Here. Don't need these guys. Let's move all these guys. So guys, go ahead and think of anything else that you might want to do, come up with. I just need a few moments to move all these tokens. There's a lot of them.
If I do manage to see Jade, I don't know if I would in the crowd. I can do a perception roll if you want.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Oh, terrible. Fuck, 7. Probably not.
Yeah. Lost in the sea of people, my man.
Yep. And she's tiny, so it's like...
Yep. Not easy to see.
Can I do something very weird? I'll have to run it by you.
I mean, I will not stop you, so...
You can certainly try.
Listen to the method of my madness.
Oh.
Can I... What's the thing where I can perform like a miracle? Thaumaturgy?
I mean, it's not a miracle.
Yeah, minor wonder. I manifest a minor wonder. Can I do something special with that? Such as I want to take one of the coins in my satchel and manifest itself within Rock's satchel.
With what?
can I manifest like 1 GP into Rock's like coin purse?
No, but what are you using to do those?
Oh, this is thaumaturgy.
No, I don't think that's. I think they give you like a description of like the wonders you can kind of do, and they need to be more.
Okay.
Because that's
It's
like
bound
you're
between
trying
those?
to.
Okay.
Well, like, where is this minor wonder
Yeah, it
that you're
says one of the
seeing?
following effects.
Yeah,
Okay.
like that's like translocating an object. You need a bit
Yeah.
more than.
I wish I thought of it earlier. Damn it.
No, I'm sorry, but yeah,
It's
no.
okay.
It's a
Yeah.
cool spell, but it does. Yeah, it's not like. It is still
I
a
wanted
cantrip.
to use it so I could keep track of them if, in case we need to find out where they're at later.
Understood.
Wish I thought of it
You
earlier.
can throw your money at me. I'll take it.
Hell, I
You're
threw
a
money
little
at him.
far now. I think the ogre would catch it and be like, "Ooh, money."
I don't know if they
Possibly.
care about money.
All right. Let's go ahead and let's see what we can do. I will do. You go here. You go here. You go here. And you go. No, that'd be more interesting because you know her. Here we go. There you go.
Alright.
That's how we'll just chance splits you guys up, and then these guys will kind of. She will stay here. They will move. He will move here. They will move here. Well, here. And then these all kind of be.
I shouldn't have made this so
Amongst-
big. It's hard to stream.
Yeah, but it's what I
It is a
asked
big
for.
spot, yeah.
It needed to be big. Alright. Faithful will gather. And then some of them will step in. Alright, need to grab a few on one. Oh wait, that's the one thing I forgot to grab. I forgot more tokens. Sorry guys, this is like an active place. So
No problem.
but it's big enough so you guys can see what I'm doing, which I don't mind. Boop, doop, 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 doop. Let's copy you guys, drop you guys here. My cats are being obnoxious right now. Yeah. 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 Okay. So let's grab all these guys. Didn't think this was going to take me so long, but it's a lot of things. All right. Boop. 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 Put them ogres in there. Keeping them in line. All right. So Davis and Rock, you guys are escorted following the giant through a series of pins that seemingly are created by, well, placing boulders and creating, blocking off areas. These pins are like heavily foot traffic. The grass has been basically worn away from people's foot traffic and water and, well, waste. You do get a strong sense of a funky odor as it does become very quickly apparent that there are no restrooms or bathrooms here. There's just literal
Shit piles.
shit piles, gatherings on the side. Inside these pens, there do seem to be ogre sentries. In these pens, the boulders are kept more plain, but there are definitely etchings and carvings around them. There seems to be other etchings and markings amongst the boulders that the people have added. You do see that there are no semblances of tarps, blankets, anything along that line. It's just filthy pins. What would you guys like to do, if anything?
I'll let
And
Rock
you
go
guys did
first.
get separated.
Yeah. Well, playing to what was said about me, I lean back against a rock and make it look like I'm sleeping and just
Yeah.
see what pen life is like.
Yeah, and you do see that the people, I really should do a better job placing them, kind of gather amongst themselves, and they are keeping their distance from you guys and the ogres. So Davis, they're kind of keeping their distance. As you guys came in with a system.
True.
So
I am fake sleeping though, so I'm looking around. How tall are the boulders?
taller than you, like you cannot see beyond.
Okay, so
Like,
I couldn't jump on top of one if I wanted.
oh, I mean, you could with your staff.
Does he still have his staff? Oh, they didn't take it. Nice.
You didn't take my staff.
They thought it was a walking stick.
I can only jump 15 feet though, so are they 15 feet tall boulders?
Some of them are 12, some of them are 15. Like it depends on which one. But yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look around, make sure I see somewhere I can jump and leave if I need to, and then
Sure.
I just want to see how people are treated here and see what these pens are. So.
Okay. They, the people quickly kind of just gather and kind of hurt amongst themselves and kind of sit, finding some shade where the sun is, where the boulders are kind of casting, kind of gather in the shade. The ogres just kind of grunt and kind of look at them and just keep an eye on them. Right now, it doesn't seem like much is happening as they were just out and about. It's kind of the same situation with you, Davis.
So, I see Jade now, I assume.
Yeah, you definitely recognize.
And does
Okay.
she recognize me? I know I have my cloak on and kind of stuff, but I'll at least pull it back a bit enough to where hopefully she can see me.
As of right now, she hasn't recognized you. You do see, Davis, that one of her eyes is kind of like infected and swollen shut.
Okay.
Like as you kind of pull the cloak, she kind of looks over towards you, and then kind of looks away. Like, I don't know, maybe she recognized you, or maybe it's something else.
So I'll try and approach just very slowly towards them, see how they react, just in general.
Well, then we'll kind of get further away from you.
I'll like hands up and be like, I'm in here just the same as you, for punishment for the mother. We're all together. It's okay. I'm sure the mother will, seek to treat us well soon, as long as we learn and embrace her ways. Then I'm gonna approach Jade, like, specifically, kind of.
Shite to the mother is the one that you see, like some of them, like this male individual kind of looks over past you and makes sure that the ogres haven't really done anything.
Yeah, actually, and I'll kind of keep an eye out as well, like see if the ogres are they paying attention, or are they just kind of okay?
There's kind of, like lazy warden, kind of like looking over and then kind of discussing amongst themselves things.
Like okay, I can understand. You'll learn soon. It's okay. And then like as I'm saying this, I'm also like shaking my head, like totally negating exactly what I'm saying, or attempting to.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a persuasion.
Sure. Oh, it's 10. I get a +6. I forget.
10 total.
Yeah, it's 4 + 6, 10 total.
Yeah, Marb.
You mean
you
Davis?
you just got eaten. The giant wanted to roast
Marb.
grape.
Yes.
So, you can, if you want to, like I said, I'm not blocking anything on the map, so feel free to pan around, Nico, and look. Basically, they got separated into different pens. Davis and Brogo and Sheldon are being punished.
Thank you.
For their insubordination.
Yeah, for their incompetence.
Or yes, that's probably better.
They're being re-educated.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. And I forgot. So I'm just gonna keep Hans here, but keep in mind. Yeah, there we go. And Pebbles is kind of tweeting around, looking. Yeah.
I'm just trying to get into their good graces, and then like, no matter what I say, I'll be undercutting it with like, subtle hand gestures and facial tics and stuff like that.
You'll hear the soft voice of Jade goes, "Are you really who I think you are? Or am I finally starting to break?"
Well, you do look like you've had a bit of a time, little one. And then I'll let me take a look at that. I may be able to help you. And I'll take a look at her wound, and then I'll just like whisper very quietly and be like, "It's me. This is all fake."
All right, go ahead. I know you're not trained in medicine, but you are interacting with directly. Go ahead.
Jesus, I rolled a 2. So total,
Okay, it makes sense.
total of 3.
It just looks bad. Like she's clearly been beaten at some point and not taken care of, and they're sleeping in filth, and they are in a filthy situation. So it's
Actually,
you know an infection when you see it. That's not difficult.
Yeah, for sure. Point of order: do I actually have my bag? Like, is it under my cloak still? Like with all my shit?
Oh no, they would have taken your
Okay,
gear.
so they
There's
would
a
take
bag. Sorry,
Okay.
I completely forgot to say that.
I was gonna say because they actually do have a healer's kit, and if it
No, I understand, but no. So yeah,
Wait,
so like.
did they take my staff and bag of holding?
No, they didn't take your staff. Because they looked at it as like a walking stick, but they would have asked for your bag. I forgot. Sorry. They are taking your weapons and your bags and anything that others could potentially use. They didn't take Sheldon's walking stick because they figured he needed to walk.
Did they give that stuff to me as well?
Yeah, it's amongst you guys.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
gonna. I'll have taken it when I took Davis's heavy bow.
My apologies for not being clear there. It's just me thinking something but not saying it out loud. Sorry.
So last question. My Hearthstone I kind of keep on my belt, like kind of actually tucked in.
Yeah, they didn't take that. Like they trusted you. They didn't
Gotcha.
pat you guys down.
Right. So I'm just gonna say the things that I'm assuming I have left is at least the Hearthstone and the trinket, and then I said I had a dagger in my boot, and you said that they didn't check. So
Yeah, they wouldn't have checked that.
Okay, everything else is gone.
And of course, you have your glaive and your interdimensional space.
Right, exactly.
So like rock, you have like your holy symbol. You have your staff. Anything that was in the bag of holding, you don't have on you. You probably still have like your component pouch tucked in. They weren't gonna strip you of all your stuff on your back if that's what you're still carrying around. But
Can I? I'll get up and I'll just go walk up to one of the ogres. Just be like, "Hey, when's dinner time?"
dinner, in a while, not soon. Early. And they point up to the sky.
What kind of boring in here.
Yes, you. Game? But you in trouble. You. Trouble.
But if we play a game and I lose, that's real punishment.
What game?
What game do ogres know? What's your favorite game?
I'm gonna steal something from Critical Role. Boulder Parchment Shear.
I was gonna say that too.
Yeah. It's just so easy.
Except you have to have at least 3 people playing all at the same time.
Oh god. Alright, that moment was hilarious. Yeah. Oh, let's play that then. Sure. I know Boulder Parchment Shears.
Okay. 1 boulder, 2 parchment, 3 shears.
Are we like typing it out somewhere or?
Yeah, you can type it in here. When I go 3, 2, 1, shoot on shoot, enter.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, shoot. Okay. Again. 3,
Right.
2, 1, shoot. 3, 2, 1, shoot. Next one, win.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, shoot.
Hey.
You good. We
I
need
don't.
more. And you'll be able to just kind of play with them as you wish. What
Yeah.
else would you like to?
I'm just entertaining myself with that until something happens. Just keeping him busy.
Okay. Sure. We'll allow you to keep doing that. Davis, anything else with you and Jade?
So does she recognize who I am now and understand?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just try and keep a very hushed conversation. I'm trying to gather information, like, so how often are you guys let out, etc. Like, is there, you know, me and the rest of the crew is here. We were looking to see if anybody else we knew is here. Like, is Wiggs here? Is Sarah here? Or was it Sarah that was missing? Or Hava?
Hava's missing.
Hava's missing. Sarah is just, like, for sure dead, I think.
No. Sarah is all the way back in the camp.
Oh, Sarah's
She's
at Green
helping-
Post or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
She
Hava's
was
missing.
basically filling
That's right.
in on Hava's.
That's right. Okay, so yeah, like, where's Wiggs? Where's Hava? Cletus, like anybody I know, just like start getting information as much as I can about the siege and who all may be here or who she knows where people may be.
Well, firstly, you're definitely a sight for sore eyes. Um, honestly, I don't know who all made it or not. It was bad when they eventually made it to. Yeah, when they made it here. We were unlucky. We couldn't get out, and we ended up here.
How long have you been here now? Like for a month or so, like basically since this all began, or?
I don't know. I don't remember really. It's
I'll point to like
Yeah.
the rocks and like where I see scratches and stuff that look like tally marks. I'll be like, are you guys not kind of keeping track of how many days?
we do, but when many people take track, we
Oh, okay, I see. It's confusing. Okay.
yes.
She looks pretty rough,
It,
huh?
it's scary where the mind goes. It when you sleep.
Well, we're gonna
So
do the best we can to get whoever we can out of here, but it's a big ask.
you can't get out. You can't. There's.
I mean, Jade, we've done some extraordinary things. You know this.
I remember you went to do something, and I'm glad you're
Yeah, we succeeded. We came
back.
back. Yeah. And like as I'm doing this, I'm kind of making eye contact. Like as I'm being nice and cordial with her and having a relationship, I'm kind of like making eye contact with everybody else just to show them like good guy here.
Go ahead and give me another persuasion check.
Oh, okay. Hey, natural 20. So 26, I think. Yeah, 26.
You get the sense that they're starting to warm up to you, but they're still keeping their distance. They,
Every once in a while, I'll throw out like a bullshit phrase more loudly, be like, with the mother's blessing that this will all be over soon. However she sees fit.
yeah. The ogres, they from time to time kind of look over to you talking, and more time will pass, and you're able to ascertain some information.
And like I'll even turn around and be like, I think I'm getting through to them. It's like I'm doing the mother's work. I think it's fantastic. I love it.
Give me 1 second. I love that. That's awesome.
cheese inside. Yay.
Yeah, I'll just continue that little persuasion charade. They seem to be going along with you. So, we'll say that, some time will pass. You will be able to talk. Rock, you will keep yourself entertained. Not much will really happen for the first while. Like, you'll be in here for an hour or so with just not much happening. And we'll go ahead and jump over to Sister Crew. As you guys have been kind of brought to a camp, beverages and basic foods being provided. Okay. You guys are kind of back over here at this camp.
I wonder who made this really good bath.
I know, right? Anita knows. All right, cool. So what are you guys doing, Mr. or Mrs. Agathor and company?
I'm basically gonna sweet talk until it feels like the right time to talk about my mission, my objective. So I'm gonna throw out like a.
Are we sitting around, or are we still like going to this tent thing?
You are basically around a table with some semblances of food, and then they gathered some beverages and everything.
Yeah, it always puts a smile on my face to partake in the bounty.
Indeed, enjoy.
Under the cover, I'm going to do a simple hand mantra, and I'm gonna cast Detect Evil or Good.
Oh,
Interesting.
Okay. Give me a second. Anyways, because I know it's not like you sense evil and good. You sense more like hype.
Fey presence, magical presence, and like stuff like that. Hold on.
Yeah. I just want to read it real quick.
Yeah.
For the duration, you know if there are any aberrations, celestial elementals, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as if there are creatures located. Similarly, you know if there are places or objects within 30 feet of you that are consecrated or desecrated. The spell can penetrate most barriers, and yada yada blah 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 blah. The sister herself is giving off many pings of different like elemental origin, kind of like inside of her, not her herself, but kind of coming from her. The food itself is in the line of desecrated. Did you get all that?
Yeah.
Go ahead and mark up the spell slot.
Yep, already done. I'm gonna casually whisper to each of my crew and just be careful of the food.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah. Let's with that now. So you have that little bit of information. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. Let everybody get back at midnight, and we'll pick up here in the Boulder Fields. Okay.